Good morning, lacrosse fans, and welcome to today's live stream, proudly brought to you by the Australian Lacrosse Network. We're coming to you live from the Footscray Lacrosse Club, and for what promises to be an action-packed game of fast-paced, hard-hitting lacrosse. Whether you're watching from home or on the go, cheering from the sidelines, we're thrilled to have you here with us to see Victoria take on South Australia. My name is Shandell Oliver, and joining me on the commentary today is Tony Watts.
Shandell as the first centre draw is good for us coming in. It's illegal, so they'd get to do it again.
Gives us a bit of time for opening, hey, Tone?
It does indeed, and you see Dawson in there up against Parker.
Yeah, really good matchup. Two strong, tall, very fit athletes. So yeah, and it pushes out the way, but players lost their goggles. Play on's the call. Bonnie Yu to bring the ball down the field now to open the first offensive possession for Victoria. Passes it across to Mim Suarez, steps around, takes a shot, is it off the pipe, or was that high, Tone?
Just high. Addie just watched that one sail over her head there.
This is why I need a second set of eyes with me to make sure that I'm saying the right thing, or we'll get some feedback.
I mean, why would we ever worry about saying the right thing? We just say what's coming out of our mouth.
So true. As we see Mim Suarez jury lining up for an 11-metre shot, sends it low, and it goes wide, backed up by Angliss Hussey. Yeah. Angliss Hussey is a fun player to watch.
She is indeed. She was very good last night and really brought others into the play in the game.
Yeah, certainly a quarterback playmaker. As she looks to set something up, finds I thought she was looking for a cutter, but she's got Bonnie Yu at the top who wants to drive. She's lefty strong. She's gone to her right, back to her left, ducks and weaves, and bounces a shot past Addie Cunningham.
Yeah, Bonnie Yu there up the top. They got a bit of a mix-up there for the Evans and Silvestri as they got tangled up together on that switch. And Bonnie Yu was able to work her way in. Addie Cunningham coming out of the cage to try and shut down that space, but Yu, smart player, just wrapped it behind her, and Bonnie Yu gets the first of the game.
Yeah, opens the scoring for Victoria and for the game. So this game, Tony, let's talk about it. It's a pool play game for these two teams. However, both teams have now already made it through to the championship. So they're really playing for pride, and I'd say to test a few things out. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think, as the ball snaps here, I think that the two teams will run a bit of process, and then it'll be a whole lot of freelance because you don't want to show your opposition that you're going to play a day later when it really matters and the chocolates are on the table.
Yeah, I think they're playing for who's going to go in favourite tomorrow. So
well, there is a trophy up for grabs here. You finished top of the pool in the pool games, so there's a bit of pride on the line here as Mangan tries to get past an inside there. Good save from Soja.
Soja now looking to clear. So the goalkeepers only have 5 seconds with this ball in the circle these days. So that rule has changed from 10 to 5, which is why she steps out quite quickly. Looking for an outlet. Yeah, Tony.
Well, this is where when the shot clock comes in, it's going to change this women's game immensely because you see a lot of slow clears from the keepers, and they won't be able to do this because that almost would have been 20 seconds up. The ball would have turned over.
Yep.
So they're going to have to work on that.
Yeah, something that, American athletes would be definitely used to, playing the college game. But for Australia, something we're definitely going to have to put and work on as we look to clear now through Lauren Hunter, who grabs that ball out of the air. Pressure coming, advantage called there after Mangan gives her a little cheeky check into the body, but play on's the call.
And
Kelly
Lauren
with the ball.
Hunter has been the ball taxi for this Victorian team for the whole week, Loz.
She has. Kelly looks to go. She's drawn a penalty. Kelsey Lawson, or is it, no, it's Taylor Voisey with that penalty. Taylor Voisey is a very strong defender, liking what she's doing. She's out of Brighton.
Yeah, one of those young players that are stepping in. Addie Cunningham coming out the cage a lot towards these shots at the moment.
Yeah, and stepped right out there, waiting as an option to help her defence clear. Gets the ball up the field, looking to get it to Parker. Parker's getting pressure from Smith. That's a good foot race competition, actually, these two. And look at Smith get back inside.
That's just a good competition of women's lacrosse right there. Sarah Smith, Olivia Parker, both with plenty of experience at the highest level.
Yeah, absolutely. As Manga's looking to drive the back corner again on Hunter. Hunter with some defensive pressure, sending her wide, gets it to the top to Dinny. Dinny matching up with Suarez Jury, 2 Australian under-20 athletes, so teammates and probably know a little bit about each other's game, I'd say. But the ball is now moved to the far side of the field with Parker. who's got Smith on her still. And looks like play on's the call. I wasn't sure if there was an end to the body, but the ball has gone out of play and it's going to go the way of Victoria.
Yeah, Liv just bringing her stick in front of her there, and the contact was made as she brought the stick in front. So play on, I say. Good call from the official.
I agree with that one. Soja again with a slow clear. Hunter being marked pretty tightly here by Mangan. I thought she might be the one that they're looking to outlet to. Otherwise, Smith might be looking to get away.
They're looking to bring up from the forward line here.
Yeah. There it is, Smith. Good defensive pressure from Ash May. Ash May going with her. And Smith to carry the ball into offence for Victoria. Hussey cutting out the back as an outlet pass, and now going to work the ball around to X. X is what we say is the back of the goal here in lacrosse, or in field lacrosse.
And the two number 12s going against each other there. I think that'll be a good matchup between Voisey and Kelly.
Yeah, nice matchup. As Mollison's got a little dump pass over to Suarez-Drew. Suarez-Drew looking inside, nothing on. Sends it back to you. You gets Kelly on the bottom left corner. Kelly looking for an option. Wants to go, looks to drive. Not on. Got you at the top as an outlet. Good, uses her.
Good defence there from Voisey.
Yeah, South Australia defence. This is a good matchup too, actually. Lucinda Silvestri's been elite this week. Ball skips across to Kelly. Kelly looking to get inside, not on. Maybe potentially trying to draw a penalty. PJ Ipe just standing her ground, trying to not make any contact and create a penalty.
Cunningham comes out the cage and says, if you don't want it, I will.
Yeah, and then a really nice clear here through, is it Boise?
So this is the Lawson.
Yeah, so it's just the way they've got their hair done today that they look really similar. Lawson just back from the US. I'm not sure what college she's going to. Do you know, Tony?
Not 100% sure, Sindel.
Okay. As she's going to move the ball down to X, and Mangan is out the back. They're waiting to play, looking to go to the left side. Her and Hunter. This is going to be a good battle all day. I think it's going to happen. From what we've seen so far, little flip past PJ Ipe, and a penalty is drawn there.
Ipe just readjusting the goggles there as that slipped up.
Yeah, good switch and nice slide there from Lauren Hunter.
There's a definite plan I'm seeing already at the moment with Mangan trying to drive this right-hand corner and create something.
Yep. And then she's so good at that. She's very crafty on the inside. She's probably the equivalent of Elise Hussey in their forward line.
Just looking off the ball there, Lauren Hunter was standing behind at the 15-metre mark.
Yep.
She was actually facing the other way, looking at Soju, saying, if you get the ball, I'm gone.
Yeah, right.
She was actually ready to break.
Yep, so she was playing that high post release. And Dinny looking for a skip step outside, looking to go again. Pressure coming there from Lavelle, but ball swung to the other side, back to Mangan. Mangan gets it to the top with Parker. Parker being defended by Hunter. Nice defensive pressure there from Hunter. Finds a cutter, finds a playmaker at the back and finds a cutter through the middle, but there is a crease infringement there. Araviakis being sent to the side.
And being sent to this outer side here is Bonnie Yu.
Who will turn on the Jets, and she has got pace, Bonnie Yu. Look at her go. Moves it quickly down to Dawson. Dawson to Hussey. I like the pace of Victoria's ball movement. They're crisp and quick, and they trust each other. I think the other teams haven't been moving the ball as fast as Victoria this week, and I think this is definitely an advantage they have, which is why they're finding those cutters on the inside when players like Mollison and you are cutting, or Kelly even.
Well, the one thing I see different in the offence at the moment is the width of their offence. Victoria very wide. South Australia were crushing in, which
definitely
was allowing defence to be right on it.
Yeah, and that was a really nice drive through the top channel there from Bonnie, but that's gone wide. But we brought back into play by Victoria.
And Victoria won't mind that crushing in the South Australian offence, because it just doesn't allow them any space. Whereas you see there, Bonnie Yu being able to get through that holes that were created. Norman
now driving. She's got defensive pressure from Borovnik. Brody did really well there to hold out Norman, but now Elise Hussey wants to have a go. Finds Nellie Mollison, decides not to shoot and feeds back inside for a quick stick goal to Marley Dawson. Talk us through that one, Tone.
Marley Dawson, well, it started on this bottom right-hand corner, and you can see here, Addie Cunningham just gets tied up with her defender there in Lawson. Ball comes back up the top. Great cut there from Dawson, who just was trailing, her defender trailing there, and Cunningham having to recover from coming out on that right-hand side. Just couldn't get settled. And Marley Dawson, well, she gets the second for Victoria. And we've got a 2-0 game here the way of the blue and white.
Yeah, really good start there for Victoria, putting some numbers on the board early. It can always, if you lose a game by 2, it's always these patches of play. We go, what did we do wrong in those first opening minutes? Were we not set? Were we not ready? Not saying that the game's going to go that way, just saying that sometimes whoever sometimes gets the runs on the board first can actually create some momentum.
The 2 under 20 Australian centre draw players going up against each other here in Jackson and Dawson.
Yeah, this is an exciting matchup. And Jackson is looking to go to college, I believe. Is that correct?
Yeah, she's... I know her dad's been taking a lot of footage over the last couple of years. Izzy Jackson, well, she also got offered a rowing contract.
Oh, wow. So she's actually a fantastic athlete all around.
Yeah.
And look, if you are looking to scout some players, reach out to the Australian Lacrosse Network if you don't know who they are, and we'll certainly point you in the right direction to make contact with them.
And right there, Jackson just taking the ball off of Dawson, but threw it straight into the stick there of Steph Kelly, who rowed really well.
As the ball is going to be moved back down the field through Kelly. Takes it to X through Hussey, the playmaker. Now down to Ebony Norman. Ebony Norman to Suarez Jury. Suarez Jury, just an exciting player to watch. Goes left, decides to roll around. Looking to drive on some face dodges there, not on.
Leah Kaiser doing a great job in defence.
And ball is moving around the top through Taylor Cometto. Cometto now to Elise Hussey. Elise Hussey looking inside for options. And just working the ball, taking some time out of the clock here for Victoria. If you look at the time, there's about 3:30 left in the quarter, but Suarez Jury's drawn a push penalty from Borovnik.
No.
Oh, sorry, so it's Leah Kaisler.
Leah Kaisler. And I tell you what, that hip's going to be sore at the end of the day if those two keep going at each other. Mim might have some extra padding on that hip.
So that penalty was outside of the 11, so that's why it was no free shot. But she gets inside, and Cunningham reads that like a book. Knocked down Laura Evans to clear that as she gets double teamed, and she's asking for a penalty. There's going to be a yellow card.
Going to Hussey here, I think. One straight across the goggles, and probably spot on. Happened right in front of us.
Yeah, and we could see it was clear as day. So South Australia will be in a 2-minute power play. Let's see if they can capitalise on this. I'm sure they probably won't be showing their real power play at this point in, the day before the final, but the ball is with Diddy. Moves it down to Ashmay. Ashmay loves a drive from X, but they are man up, or woman up. So she might just be looking to set something up from this back corner. As you see, Liv Parker streaming on through the middle and basically passes that one to the keeper there in Soja. Now she's going to chase her down because they've got the numbers. So they can immediately attack the goalie, which she's trying to do. She's all over her back. Really great stick protection there from Soja.
And one across the top there. It's still got a duty of care for the players.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even though they're wearing a helmet.
Yep, even with the goalies, you've got to make sure that the same rules apply if they're on the field carrying the ball. And the ball is quickly sent over there to Sarah Smith, who's now going to turn on her wheels and move the ball quickly down the field. You can see Bonnie, you telling her she can go over the restraining line, and she plays on there.
Ashmay just...
cheeky push.
Little push there.
Well, I'm not sure if that was a professional foul or just an accident.
Yeah, I'm going to say pretty professional, I would think there, just to stop that. But Sarah Smith, she just kept going.
Yeah, she was off.
And only brought back by the official.
And Steph Kelly now looking to do some work from excess. They're looking to double the ball, South Australia, because they're in the power play. And Victoria obviously wanting to move the ball around and takes up this time out of the 2-minute penalty.
So Leah Kaisler putting massive pressure on, and another push there on Taylor Cometto.
Mim Suarez Jury just back on the field now. So potentially they might... I can't see a player sitting down, so that penalty won't be released, but I just don't know where Hussey is. Nonetheless, play-on's the call, and Ebony Norman just taking the ball wide and low. Smart move.
Yeah, it's funny, in the women's game, they get a penalty, they don't have to sit in the penalty box, and it's often we look up and you don't know when something's been released.
And it just has been released now as Nellie Mollison comes on the field. And she gets the ball as soon as she comes on the field. And Victoria will start their offensive play. So no score for South Australia in that power. Bit of a missed opportunity, which is unfortunate for them. But I'm sure they'll likely get another one later today. Hopefully no one gets injured in that process. As Kelly has the ball and moves it across to Norman. I'm hearing 40, so I'm assuming there's 40 seconds left on the clock. And if I look, it is correct. 30 seconds now. Suarez Jury looking to drive, gets past Parker. There's a penalty. Wow, body's down.
As Parker and Suarez Jury pick themselves up. Glad there's been a little bit of precipitation around the place to just soften up the ground.
Brush themselves off, and Suarez Jury looking to put a number on the board before the end of the first quarter.
This will be a big goal.
And a bounce out of, just rolls to the back and lands on the feet of Nellie Mollison.
Clock still on the field.
Looks to go. 15 seconds. They want to get a shot away here. Kelly looking for something inside, finds Smith, but she's shot before she had it in her stick.
Got a penalty here, so they're going to have an opportunity from the 11 metre, and Steph Kelly directly in front. This would be a huge blow for South Australia right on the
whistle, yeah.
Whistle of quarter time.
And the timekeeper is up. There's a bounce shot, and it is in, which takes us to a 3-0 ball game. Although I'm hearing, it's a stick check potentially. I heard a double whistle.
Well, we've seen a few of these this week, so we used to just go, it's a stick check, don't worry about it.
Yep.
But there's been 3 that we've seen thrown out so far. So, and that one looks okay, that looks okay, and all clear.
All clear.
And Steph Kelly, well, she gets her first of the game. And just from that 11 metre mark, drew Addie Cunningham out again. Addie really does try to step off that line and try and shut down the space, but sometimes as an attacker, and you know a keeper's going to do that, you actually wait for them to do it and find the space around them.
And you just pop it around the back, because you know, especially if they're coming out like that, they're probably coming out high. Like their sticks, obviously their stick's going to be high, but you know that then you can either go low to high or just pop it around there.
So probably not enough time here to get another opportunity, but Bonnie, you never say never.
And Suarez Jury wanted to have a crack as well. So, Tone, it's a 3-0 first quarter in favour of Victoria, the home state. Let's see what they've got. What's your thought so far?
Look, at the moment, I mean, Victoria have had a lot of offence, and they've been really wide. They're moving exceptionally well around that offence and keeping space, but the movement down there is making the defenders have to really get on their toes. Down the opposite end for South Australia, they have had offence. They've had a couple of shots. Soldier with a save there off Parker late.
Yep.
But I feel like they're driving this right-hand corner, looking for something to open up. Victoria are aware of that, and they're just pushing back in a bit. So not giving the space that they need. I think South Australia, they need to spread that offence a little bit more down there. Try to find some lanes, and maybe, look, they're not going to show too much in this game, so it's hard to talk what they're doing at the moment.
Yep.
Has Trish Adams gone, look, girls, we're playing them tomorrow. We don't win national championships on Saturdays.
Yeah.
There's one up for tomorrow. It's really difficult to understand what they want to get out of this game.
Yeah, and what their game plans are. Both coaches obviously have a game plan for today and what they want it. Like I said, the only thing that you said there is a top of the pool trophy, which is nice to play for, but it is who's the favourite going to tomorrow's game.
Yeah, but I think look, we've got very experienced coaches on both sides.
Yes.
And I think Trish Adams, she'll be looking at matchups at the moment. We've seen Taylor Voisey on Kelly.
Yep.
We've seen Leah Kaisler pick up Mim Suarez Jury. So they're 2 really young players in the contest of South Australian team.
Yes.
They are given big jobs, and Trish is probably just saying, well, I want to see how they go.
Yes.
And look, I'm not sure the scoreline really matters today, to be honest, but on scoreline, goal scorers for that first quarter, like Bonnie Yu got 1, Dawson got 1, and Kelly got 1. So.
Yeah, Kelly right on the buzzer there at the end. So, Tone, take it away.
All right,
Let's
so
go.
we're going back into the centre here. We got Parker up against Dawson, we just spoke about as a goal scorer, as Cunningham goes to her cage, and Soja goes to hers down the back. So ball about to be set here. Tammy Varga, very experienced official.
Yeah, she certainly is at world level.
Liv Parker wins that to herself, but runs straight into Bonnie Yu, and Parker, she will take that ball down the left-hand side. Finds Holly Dinny. Dinny picked up there by Trinity Meacham. They played in the under-20s together. They know a lot about each other's game. As did Ash May down the back there, kicks it to PJ Ipe. Now PJ's been a really big player in the contest of this South Australian team. Her height and getting in, but Dinny's feet are the ones for me. They're going to have to really watch. She got the nickname Dancing Dinny over in the U20s. So, but Parker back up the top. Over to Holly Dinny, and then now passes the ball out to PJ Ipe. Ipe picked up there by Suarez Jury. Switch comes on. Ball pops down the back. Ash May. She's been really good, Ash May, too, at bringing others into the play.
Yeah, she's a playmaker.
Would probably be leading the team in assists at the moment, I would think.
Yeah, I love her roll inside, too. She's got a really good inside step where she kind of rolls underneath on that goal line extended.
She does. She brings a player up, just gets her to that point, rolls inside, and she's 1-1 with the keeper.
Yeah.
And that's a smart attacker.
Yeah, I love to watch Ash May play.
Oh,
and, you know, just coming into the box game as well, she's getting more good, really great at working that inside game and using that in that format of lacrosse as well, which will make her a great sixes player.
It will. Opportunity here for South Australia through PJ Ipe. She will go to the cage. No, she's not going to go to the cage. She finds Parker. That's unusual. Normally, and the flag on the play. Now, Parker will go to the cage here. Now, she won't go to the cage with lots of steps because a couple of 11-metre shots she's had, she has ripped this ball from where she is. I'm saying she's taken a little shuffle step, and this one's going up top. Yep, just like that.
Wow.
So Liv Parker, I've seen her practicing those.
Yeah.
She takes that little shuffle to get balanced, and that was offside stick high.
She did one very similar the other day in the West Australian game down this end of the field, Tone. It was a beautiful shot. I think that, she's obviously been practicing that one. Charlotte Winnan back in her team in Woodville does it really, really well. So I'm assuming they've been working together on that one. But if not, Liv, credit to you. That was a beautiful goal. You could see she was definitely going to shoot it by the way she was holding her stick. She wasn't holding it in front looking like she was going to take a step off. You could just tell she wanted to shoot it and put it past Soja's ear.
You can tell the Australian Lacrosse Network watch a lot of lacrosse because we were all over that.
Yeah, yep. It's our job though.
It is.
You know, and when we're not watching these guys, we're watching NCAA or NNL or WLL or PLL or whatever else we can find.
Or some acronym.
She-Box in Prague.
So ball is flicked out here. Good pick up there from Kaiser. Kaiser to win the ball. Not there as Mangan steps in. Ball flicked out. Great work from Dinny. Great ground ball there. So South Australia, maybe this is a scoring end. As Leah Kaiser, well, now she gets to get a bit of her own medicine with Mim Suarez Jury there. Mim says, you've got me on the hip a couple of times. Dinny up against Trinity Meacham. That's a great matchup of two
young players, young up-and-coming.
They're just superstars in the making. Ipe there against Lavelle. PJ Ipe gets inside. Tink off the bar. But it's come off the inside bar and rolled down the back. And we've got a stick check here. PJ Ipe getting the second of South Australia.
So PJ Ipe looks to work the right side in the middle lane, steps around, face dodges, and then just puts it past hip height off the pipe and gets past Soja.
And all clear on the stick check, and they are just intermittent stick checks, as all sticks are checked pre-tournament.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a few of those today, and particularly tomorrow. In the men's game, they don't tend to do them unless the opposition coach calls them.
You have to call them, and it's a really good thing, and it often happens between SA and WA. As I've been one that has done that in the past.
Called it.
Oh,
my brother does it all the time.
And because what you do is you get one free one, and it gives you a timeout that you don't have to take, so you can actually just stop momentum while it does it. People get up and about, and there's a bit of blah, 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 but as a coach, I used to just use it as another timeout.
Yeah.
The second one you call, if it's not, you lose the timeout, and there. But you know what? You get a free one, why not use one?
No, my brother's done it once and called us a stick check on a last shot in the grand final. And the stick was illegal.
Yeah, well, I've seen it.
But I think it was the strings or something.
Yeah, no, too long. It's got to be 2.5 inches from the last knot.
Yep.
So I called one in Victoria in 16, and it looked like a plait down the back, but I got told that it was from the last knot, and I'm thinking, well, that would have taken someone's eye out if it had gone through. As Kessler looks to get inside. So South Australia, Ipe picks it out. Tink off the bar. Picked up there by Araviakis, not to be. And here we go. Getting a big push there, Hunter, as Kaisler hits the deck. They're not giving an inch here at the moment.
No, South Australia are back, and they've had some kind of power drink at half time or quarter time, because they are here and they are aggressive in this ride right now.
Well, I reckon Trish Adams has said, you know what, we're not here to just go through the motions, girls. Bonnie Yu, well, she never goes through a motion. That one's gone wide, but backed up down there as Ebony Norman will bring the ball back in. So opportunity there from Ipe. Out of nothing, that ball just pops up. She grabs it and rattled the cage. So inside, Smith just steps out over to Unsworth. And here's Yu. Yu is going to be she will be the difference, I think, in if Victoria can get in. Good work there. That is what we're not looking for. Oh, there's a contest to be had there. Good work there from Holly Dinny. Gets a check, but Kaisler, with those young South Australians, just and look at Araviakis.
Yeah, the chase
got
down.
The motors on, kicks it into Soja, and Soja looks up, and she will find Kelly, who breaks on the right in front of the commentary box here, and passes down to Sarah Smith. But they just forced that then, and they don't need to do that.
Yeah, really pumped it. So now Victoria have an opportunity here in their offence. Georgia Floyd down there.
Well, played a lot of minutes last night, Floyd, as Nellie Mollison just passes that one to Smith, over to Kelly. And down there to Norman, and Ebony Norman back to Floyd. So a little rotation, just a little bit of ball holding. Unsworth got on the scoreboard last night too, as there were 9 different goal scorers. And good shot there from Kelly.
Yeah, it was like, which one was that of the 3 players?
And it's going to be a South Australian ball as Brodie Borovnik put on the motors and got to the back corner first. Kicks it to Cunningham, and she has Mollison all over her. Over to Ipe, so where's the free player here? And PJ Ipe just says, Sarah Smith, get out of my way. I'm coming through.
And then says, see you later as well here to Norman.
So she comes down the outer side. And Ebony Norman looks inside to Leah Kaisler. Kaisler gets stopped in her tracks there by Polnitz. And Sasha Polnitz says, all right, you guys better set up an offence here. Good work there from PJ Ipe.
Yeah.
And again, just such a large presence.
Yeah, I think it's the height, like she's so tall.
Well, you see that in the centre draw when she's on the circle.
Yeah.
And the ball comes out to her and she reaches above her most opponents. That's
South Australian tall team here. With Addie Cunningham's quite a tall for a goalie, and then you've got PJ Ipe, Izzy Jackson, Liv Parker.
Araviakis always going to the cage, and that is why she is always going to the cage. And Anastasia Araviakis from the 11-metre fan has evened this game up. We're 3-3, and it definitely is the scoring end, even though the breeze is going across the ground.
Yeah, so the defence came to her for a crash, but she just put it in the top left corner there, and it was a really lovely goal, great placement. Took her time, found the shot, put it away.
3-3 here, so 3 goals to Victoria in the first quarter. They remain scoreless, in South Australia, well, they kick into the scoring end, and it's 3 goals there, 3-3 here in this contest. So it's been a half of 2 halves.
Yeah, it's a
Which
good
would be
good contest. It's a really good contest.
So ball back in the centre, Parker, and up against Taylor Cometto.
This is a really good match for strength. Cometto physically is a very strong player, and Liv Parker athletically quite tall and got that lean, long reach. So this is a good matchup as well.
And you got Peter Ipe and Mim Suarez Jury on the circle, and that's going to be an illegal, and that's going the way of Victoria.
And did you see the way Mim just kind of snuck to the middle of the circle there, where she thought the ball was going to go a certain direction?
So, Suarez Jury was trying to just read the different bounce of the ball. Good work there from Parker. Good check there. But picked up here from Loz Hunter. And Loz Hunter doing what Loz Hunter does, getting metres gained into the forward line from the defensive end, and she stayed up there.
Yeah, someone just said, just have a go.
I mean, Loz is always good for one, as ball here with Suarez Jury up against PJ Ipe, fires, and that's gone on the left hand. Just goes past the left-hand post, out of bounds, but ball to be picked up down there by Steph Kelly. So Kelly has the ball in the back left-hand corner.
We've just seen a change. Lauren Hunter, always the team player, has gone to take a sub-bench, brought Emily Norman on to play her offensive set.
Kelly looks to drive up on Evans. Evans, a very seasoned defender at this level. And Borovnik, one of those young up-and-comers. She's just got a lot of strength there as ball in. Good save there from Cunningham on the feet. Great shot there from Mollison. And we're going to have a ball here as Addie Cunningham just wore one slightly high.
Yeah, that was a lot of great play there. Borovnik really low in her defence. She got low and played that well and was able to help disrupt the shot.
And Cunningham with a good leg save.
Yeah, that was nice.
So ball down here with Lucinda Silvestri. And Silvestri, 2 MVPs for the tournament so far. She got one against New Zealand and one in the first game they played against WA. So Araviakis cutting through as we see Parker just trying to create something against Suarez Jury. Suarez Jury pops, good save there from Soja. Good shot though from Parker, just on the turn, but stick side low. And Soja looking now at her outlets. So I can see Suarez Jury here in a minute. No, but that's going to be Sarah Smith. It was one of the 2 speedsters that were going to get that ball. Good work from Ash May. And Sarah
nice
Smith
pressure from Ash May. Holding up Smith there, and the double's coming now.
And that's put it up here to Bonnie Yu. So Bonnie Yu, well, she's going to go at pace, gets a big push there. Yu looks over. Ball down, you can kick the ball now, just needs to pick it up. Picked up here by PJ Ball. That's a big swipe there from you. And we're going to have a card. And that did come from very high to very low and straight past the ear. And Bonnie Yu will sit down with a yellow card.
Yeah, great way to disrupt the play there from Borovnik as well to get the ball to PJ Ipe. And the sun's just come out here too, Tony, so it's a nice day down at Footscray. Bit chilly, but overall the conditions are quite nice for lacrosse.
So 2 yellow cards for Victoria here, and a big opportunity for South Australia. They've had 3-0 this quarter to even it up at 3-all, and now they have a power play for 2 minutes. So what have they got here? They're just trying to open up one side here, and on the bottom corner, Silvestri, and now Araviakis.
Oh, wow!
Goes high, no goal. She's going to call that a dangerous shot, is she? That can't be a dangerous. Oh, that's a travesty. That ball has missed the defender and gone top shelf, and gone in, and has not hit a defender, and she's called a dangerous shot. I'm sorry, but I do not agree with that call. That shot missed the defender by about a foot, and it went up in the top corner.
I thought it was actually a lovely goal and just a great lane for
a
great opportunity for Araviakis.
They'll talk about that one. I mean, if it hits the player, fair enough. But that shot was a foot and a half away from the player, and it's hit top corner. Anyway, that goal's been disallowed, so South Australia will have another opportunity. Araviakis, I think she would feel pretty hard done by, and we'll leave it at that.
Yeah. So both teams now are player down on the field, which will be 5-on-5 in the offence.
So ball, and you would have had a great camera angle on that as Christian Doré is up there.
Directly above where the shot came from.
You know what? Send us a message and tell us what you think on the
I've just had one in from Western Australian that said that is not a dangerous shot with a face palm.
So anyway, the and Tegan Brown, well, she's one to. Yep. So ball here with South Australia. Lucinda Silvestri from the 11-metre mark. Both teams they're playing 5-on-5 out there at the moment in their offensive end. Parker to her right has nobody, and just allowing them to set up. Just blow the whistle.
But then you've also got PJ Ipe just hanging on the far side where that's what the ball's gone there.
The one thing I dislike about women's lacrosse sometimes is we allow people to get into position.
Yeah.
You know, if you're not there, you're not there.
Take away the space.
Anyway,
Start the whistle, send the whistle.
So ball goes down the back here through Silvestri. And Silvestri carries it up. So there's a bit more space in the offensive end here for South Australia, playing 5-on-5 down here. as Silvestri gets up the top, looks to work here against Meacham. South Australia penalty has been released.
And the clock is just about to come onto the field, so I can hear the players making comments about how much time is left, but I can see the timer is standing up now.
And unlike the men's game, if there is someone in a penalty, as the numbers are even out there now. So even number, Parker looks inside, just gets pushed to the ground. Ipe picks it up again, looks on the bottom corner to May. May looks to roll in, not there, gets pushed away. Good defence there from Polnitz. And we've got 1 minute, I'm hearing. So looking for the last shot here, South Australia. May looks to get top side, looking to use her body. Good save there from Soja. Soja just launches it wide. Cunningham might be on the end of this one. No, Borovnik gets her stick up. Cunningham comes through. Great pickup from Addie Cunningham and throws the ball up into the centre. And have we got a whistle on that?
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there, but I thought that was a really great intercept by Borovnik to get in the space there and then to have help immediately come from Cunningham to clear that ball. But now we've just been sent one by Lauren Hunter.
Oh, Lauren Hunter looking after the commentary box, giving us the ball here. Love it.
We'll sign that one for you, Loz, and send it back.
Yep, coming straight back to you, Loz, all signed. And the sunshine just starts to break through here at the Footscray Lacrosse Club. So South Australia are in defences. We see Steph Kelly get inside and throw one high. Little trail check there from Laura Evans. And ball goes high and wide. So clock now on the field. So South Australia, they would want to keep this out. Good work there from Suarez Jury. And that is half-time here at the Footscray Lacrosse Club. It is a 3-3 game. And we are just about to... I'll go through goal scorers quickly, and then we might go and hear a word from our broadcast sponsor. Goal scorers for the first half. Victoria, well, it was all in the first quarter. Bonnie Yu, Dawson and Kelly. And the second quarter, well, it was all South Australia. Parker, Ipe and Araviakis. It is a 3-3 game here at halftime in the game that will decide who finishes top of the pool. And we're going to go and have a quick break. And Shendell and I will be back after half-time. We'll hear a word from our broadcast sponsor, the Susafanos Foundation.
Really looking forward to today's session. Let's make sure we're focused, bring you intensity and lots of communication. Vital today. So let's have a great session. Short and sharp. Here we go. Okay, girls, just going to do the monkey in the middle. 1 at each end, 2 in the middle. Catch, take, quick release. Other way.
Culture side is the part that I love. Leadership, player well-being. What do we need? How do we get it? Areas that we think we can add to.
Okay, Aussies on 3. 1, 2, 3. Aussies!
And we are back for third quarter action here at the Footscray Lacrosse Club in this battle between two of the big guns, South Australia and the home state Victoria. Now the last quarter was a 4-0 quarter in favour of South Australia. Sorry, 3-0 quarter in favour of South Australia. That last goal wasn't counted. But we've had some conversations with the officiating tent to our right, and they all agree that that was a dangerous shot as Taylor Mangan draws a free space call there, and Hunter will set up on the penalty, allowing Taylor Mangan to have a shot off the 11. As whistle goes, sends it to her, right, down the back corner to Silvestri, who has been big all week. I have heard 2 MVPs. PJ Ipe now looking to dodge from X. Good defence on her. Steps around, can't get around, looking for an outlet. Ash May is popping wide if she wants to use her. And she does. Hunter matching up on Ash May. Parker lingering around the top of the fan as well. Got Holly Dinny, who loves a skip, step and to shoot from this space. But Parker now with the ball, moving across to the top. So South Australia, a lot of the work comes from this angle here. And she looks for Mangan inside. Didn't connect on, flicks the ball out. The ball is going to roll out, but Parker stops that one, so it does not roll out of bounds, and they can continue with their offence.
And she gives it to Silvestri. It's great to see Silvestri back. Did an ACL in a grand final a couple of years ago.
Yep.
Has really struggled to get back, but great to see her looking fit. One of those real up-and-coming Australian players.
Yeah. Oh, and a shot. A beautiful feed there, Ash May. We've talked about her being a playmaker for this South Australian team, and she just finds the cutter in Liv Parker and puts that one away. Tony, talk us through it.
Well, you see here on the replay that just drawing her player here, and Parker getting away from Sarah Smith there. Sarah Smith not very happy with the fact that she gave Parker a couple of metres, and just too good with the shot there for Olivia Parker.
Yeah, lovely, lovely goal, and Liv Parker opens the scoring in their third quarter.
And a 4-3 game. Well, you wouldn't have thought that at 3-0 in the first, but it's been all South Australia from that point. So ball will be reset back into the middle.
As the ball is drawn not high enough, and that will be reset. So Cometto, oh no, that's actually going to go the way illegal by Liv Parker. So Cometto to start with the ball onto Mim Suarez-Jury. Mim Suarez-Jury matched up here with PJ Ipe, but she's got wheels and she wants to use them. PJ Ipe saying no way.
No, I thought there might have been a card coming there, but not to be. And this is the other thing in this game that they want to really start to look at. You don't want to draw cards, because with final tomorrow,
yes,
if you are in some foul trouble, I think you'd find the coaches would have you sitting there. Geordie
Yes.
Watts in the cage gets the first save of the day.
Proud dad moment, Tony. As Sarah Smith looks to drive, not on there. Good defensive pressure and a slide there in South Australia's D. Moves it across to Yu. Yu's matched up with Silvestri. This is a good foot race. Yu trying to get inside. Got a penalty. Decides not to shoot. She wants to line up there on the 11.
And we've got another whistle here. I'm just the officials conferring there. There's going to be a card here, is there?
And Brody Borovnik going off.
Oh, I saw the push.
Yellow card, and they're indicating a check to the head there. So
Okay. So, Bonnie Yu.
yeah, 2-minute power play here, and Bonnie Yu with a free possession shot. And I reckon she'll send it, and she does.
Top shelf there. Bonnie Yu took 3 steps, and you just can't afford to give away penalties and allow them to get on the 11-metre mark. You know, these sticks now with these girls, and especially in the hands of Bonnie Yu, they're lethal weapons in front of the cage.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Bonnie Yu ripping top corners and brings it back to a 4-all game.
Yeah, this is a good contest, and this is a good precursor for tomorrow's grand final championship game.
Well, I sit there as well, Shendell, and say, well, there's not much to play for here, but I tell you what, it's feeling like there is.
But you know what, Tone? I'm so invested. Let's go, girls.
And you know what I want to see? Golden goal. Golden goal in a game that is effectively a dead rubber. That'd be good.
But not just that, a game to see who's favourite for tomorrow. As the ball is drawn high and flicked out. Good, nice ground ball there from PJ Ipe. She's got Jackson to her right if she wants to use her, but she's just going to take it wide. Just peel off to the side. Hunter setting pressure. The double now coming because they do have that player in the penalty box.
So this is the other thing that it does. All of a sudden, your offense has to work exceptionally hard for a minute and a half or a minute and 40 seconds.
Yeah, I think, you know what, it's a really good showcase to any Australian coach watching who can carry the ball under pressure. And look, Mangan's doing a very good job at it right now. I think I can hear there's 30 seconds left in that penalty. And Mangan just doing a little bit of footwork, working this corner, dancing around her defender. PJ Ipe trying to set a pick just to
Taylor
make some
Cometto
space.
comes in and just gives a big cross check across the hip.
Yeah.
And says, Tay, if you want to carry the ball, I might just give you a little tap.
Yeah, the thing was PJ Ipe probably needed to not set that pick because she actually brought the defender to Mangan. So now she's just going to hold it wide and take some defensive pressure as well. And they're just going to send the ball a little bit back down the field.
As Lawson brings it in.
Lawson's just going to send it to Ash May, and I think Ash May's just going to chill. And it's
Penalty
even.
release.
There you go. PJ Ipe now being sent into attack and Brodie Borovnik back on the field.
So good work there from South Australia to shut out that man down. But now they've had to do some work in this offensive end with the legs.
Yes. And PJ Ipe just calling to set something up. Nellie Mollison just chomping at the bit at the line here to make contact. And here we go, the player. Oh, the ball's down, Araviakis. She's going to grab it anyway. I think she's going to be hungry for another goal after that last one didn't count. And she got carded for it. But, yep, there's some nice cutters going through. Ash May looking for something, going to drive the back corner. She's got Lawson cutting, not on. Sorry, it's not Lawson. I think it's Araviakis. And cutter there.
Oh, that's just missed that, but it's softened up out here, so that won't go out of bounds. Picked up by Jackson.
Jackson just cruising back inside. Got a bit of an ISO here, but the slide is coming. Good contact there by Hunter. Ball goes to ground. Picked up there.
Kaysler.
And Kaysler with a great foot save from Soja. A second shot. They're trying to pepper Bree Soja with shots as a player down as well.
Just getting up off the ground a bit gingerly there. Is that Taylor Cometto? No.
Is Lavelle, I think.
Lavelle.
Yes, Esther Lavelle.
Esther Lavelle putting her goggles back on, putting her, getting herself back together. And Araviakis up the top. She's going to the cage.
Yeah, she'll definitely go. She wants this one after the last one. And Bree Soja reads out like a book, tries to shoot high, didn't change her level, and Bree came out and basically put it straight to her stick.
I think sometimes they try and get too close to the keeper.
Yeah, yep.
You know, she actually beat the player, and that's where the shot should have come.
Yeah, PJ Ipe looking to drive now. Sends it low. A foot save or a pipe there?
Foot save there. Great foot on, and she likes her work too, as Victoria, they get the first on.
And the speedster, Mim Suarez, who's known for her athleticism as a sprinter, brings the ball down the field, gives it to Kelly. Kelly now changes it, transition to a bit of a slow break. Elise Hussey with the ball. Elise Hussey waiting for numbers to come to get their offensive set for Victoria. Sarah Smith now with the ball over to Nellie Mollison. Gets it to X through Kelly. Kelly's doing a lot of work here at X. She's got a player wide.
Sophie Unsworth doesn't want to use it.
And actually sends it closer to the restraining line through Suarez-Drew, who looks like she wants to set up for a drive. And look at the way that PJ Ipe is waiting for her. And there's a pick there, but they both break off, both defenders, but gets it past the stick of Geordie Watts. Great goal there from Mim Suarez-Drew. And if we just look at the replay on that one, so you can see Mim lining up at the top there. She tries to, Sarah Smith sets a pick, PJ Ipe slides off, and just too quick there, Mim, on the footwork for PJ Ipe on that occasion. Nice goal there from Mim. As we go back to the centre, Tammy Varga setting that one up as we see Parker take on Dawson.
So first goal of the third term there for Suarez Jury, and just puts the nose in front, 5-4.
Yeah, nice goal there from Mim. And it's a good contest that we've got as we look to draw. And you could see Sarah Smith actually hedging in this direction before the whistle went and just cleanly picks that one up, moves it straight onto the ball taxi and Lauren Hunter. And Lauren Hunter,
oh, great trail check there from Araviakis.
Yeah, Nellie Mollison did really well to get to that ball because it was flying out of bounds. And now Araviakis immediate pressure to the ball carrier and Mollison. Mollison looking just to work a bit of a circle at the top, over to Georgia Floyd. Floyd to Smith. Smith to Kelly. Parker defending, Dawson. Dawson with the ball. Across to Smith. Smith with some fancy footwork. I know you call her the ankle breaker, and she wants to go. Takes a shot, and that's a rocket.
And I think Araviakis is on the ground going, why isn't that a dangerous shot?
That was an absolute bullet from Smith. I said she's got quick footwork. Do we want to look at this one on the replay?
So as we look at that on the replay, you see here Smith just gets past Araviakis there, and she had to duck that shot. So, interesting. She literally ducked to get out of the way of that shot then.
Yeah, I don't, I think, I'm not sure.
Anyway, back to the
I think
centre.
the difference was we had the angle on where we were sitting for that last one from Araviakis, where that side we couldn't see. So
6-4 is the scoreline.
I'm not going to question the referee's decisions.
No, we don't.
They get paid the big bucks, and they have to make the big calls. 6-4, as you said, the score in this third turn. Ball down. There's a foot race. The ball. Lucinda Silvestri trying to grab it. It's off red. And she flicks it back inside. Great little move there. Over to Kaysler. Kaysler getting pressure from Dawson. Back to Silvestri. Silvestri's just so smart there to knock the ball back into her teammate. Knew the teammate was there and moved it back in. As she drives now at X, Georgia Floyd putting pressure on the ball carrier. Finds a cutter in Borovnik. Couldn't connect. Ball on the ground to be won. Picked up by Hunter. Hunter.
Here we go. Good trail check there. Araviakis, she's been everywhere today.
Yes, and Hunter just that control there. Sees an outlet and sends it long. Job done by Hunter. Over to Floyd. Floyd to Mollison. You always have a state team with a Mollison in it, and today's no exception. Both the men's and women's Victorian teams have one each. As Elise Hussey has the ball wide, sends it low to Kelly. Kelly looking to drive the left corner. She's been doing it all week. There was a feed inside to Smith, wasn't able to connect, and Parker's now going to do the ball taxi work as it moves down. Unsworth trying to keep up with her. Parker has Dinny at the top.
Oh, comes out. Yeah, did Loz Hunter. She said, Liv, you've done a fair. Oh, just doesn't pay any attention. But Parker tried to just take the advantage then.
Yeah, there's a player also down tying their shoelace. I think that's probably why the whistle, this umpire definitely called that one back. And Liv Parker now just setting up. Oh, finds Mangan. And that's a beautiful little crease shot there. Just snuck the back corner. Don't know how she was so free. Let's have a look at that one on the replay.
So she actually pushed herself to the left-hand side here. You see Manga just off the screen. I was watching her. And then she just left her defender there in Trinity Meacham on that left-hand pipe.
Yeah, and then really left Lauren Hunter there in a hard spot, because Lauren Hunter was trying to play the ball and then trying to slide to the ball carrier, which is a hard move, turning your back and turning around.
Yeah, so watching that as that unfolded, as Liv went back to take that free possession,
to give her a lane, and then
you saw Mangan create space, which drew Meacham onto this bottom corner. As soon as Liv went, she went, and Meacham was just caught in a split second, two minds, and we got a illegal, and just saying get back, so they can't, and they're going back. Yeah, there's no possession. So Victoria, as soon as that happened, they raced up to hold that space, but no possession on the call. They can't move yet, and they had to go back over the restraining line. South Australian offence.
Yeah, so Parker now gets it to Ipe, back to Parker. Parker sends it across to Dinny. Dinny loves a little skip step shot here, but she sends it to her teammate in Ash May. Ash May gets it to, PJ Ipe. I had a momentary mind blank there. And PJ Ipe again retaining possession. Parker at the top, defended now by Sarah Smith. You can see Bonnie Yu just hedging in and out there to cover players. They've seen Mangan, and there's a switch there. Mangan's now opening up. Nope, but they're playing a really good zone here, the South Australians. They've got Lucinda Silvestri in the hole, but she's moved out now. And now Mangan just dancing around the crease, waiting for an option. As the offense are moving in and out. There's a cutter there in Mangan. And she's on the board again. That's two in a row for Taylor Mangan. Similar move from that right side across the front of the crease and puts it past the foot of Soja.
We've got a 6-all ball game. So just watching this, it didn't look like there was a great deal of movement in this power play there, but Mangan just snuck in off the right-hand side, gets the ball in her stick, and Taylor Mangan with a great finish there. And we are, like we have been all day, it's been an arm wrestle. We're going to have a timeout here. charge to, I don't know whether that's going to Victoria or to South Australia, because if it is South Australia, they are going to stop that penalty clock there.
Oh, yes, of course. I would say it must be a Victoria.
1 minute 53 in the quarter, so maybe South Australia's timeout. Yep, it is charged to South Australia. So Trish Adams just stopping the penalty clock here.
Smart move.
And gives them another opportunity.
Yeah, I'm so big on that. You never, if your team's on a yellow card, you just never call a timeout, because, and I've said it to coaches who've coached me. I'm like, why did you do that? You know, you're locking me in. If you let the clock run, and we've got to set up that, because it's not a running clock, it's a running clock in this game. It's not a stop clock.
Yep.
You know, you're locking me in. You're holding me off the field for longer. I want to get back out there, and I think it's just because I want to get back out there. It's not about the team. It's more about me selfishly just saying, let me get on, coach.
I know as a coach, always looked at that and what timeouts I had, and if you know, if you were down and you might be a goal or two down and you had that penalty and you had timeouts up your sleeve and you score and you can stop that, and then you've got a face-off player in the men's who can win the ball.
Yes.
It's almost like a 2-goal turnaround.
Yeah.
If you get
Yes,
another
absolutely,
one.
absolutely.
And
You're always going to start shorting your offense if you've got the, you know, the player and the man. Now, you're not going to leave your D, you know, with 2 men or 2 women.
But an
waiting
interesting
around.
game here with just under 2 minutes to go and change.
Yeah.
And we've got a 6-all ball game.
Yeah, let's see what Trish has drawn up here.
Oh, I'm feeling it, Shendell.
Yeah, and you know, so that's true. You only get one time out of half in women's lacrosse. So that's Trish's timeout for South Australia has now been used. So Steve Bowden's got one up his sleeve if he wants to use one tactically in, you know, if he doesn't use it now in the next quarter, which I'm assuming he will.
And change of goalkeeper. Watts out, Cunningham in.
Yeah, right. Interesting. Cunningham did have a really great first half, so Soja just doing work all day for Victoria. Just both teams packed with talent as well.
I'm actually watching out the back there. It looks like Watts is fixing a stick.
Oh, okay, makes sense.
And maybe he's got a loose or a string that's broken.
And Hunter passes, sorry, not Hunter. Parker passes the ball across to Mangan, but it's checked out. South Australia retain possession, gets it across to Silvestri. Silvestri now to Parker.
And South Australia with the sun streaming down here at the Footscray Lacrosse
it's
Club.
beautiful, isn't it? And it just feels a little bit warmer because you can see some sunshine. Liv Parker looking to step inside, not there. Dinny, she's got a cutter in the middle, but that player's been marked well in this zone defence. Esther Lavelle basically playing on that crease, just covering anyone there. So is the last woman of defence. Parker steps in. Surely there's going to be a free space call any moment there.
Parker,
no penalty.
Just wearing one straight across the chest and the hand, and no call.
Yeah, and you can see her asking for it, but that penalty's been released. So Victoria did very well to hold out South Australia in that period.
Oh, look at Ipe chase that down. I'm just on that. PJ Ipe was down in the bottom corner. She was 10 metres behind that contest. Really worked hard to get up and put the pressure on that stick and knocked it out of bounds.
Yeah, good job. As the ball is moving back through Parker into the offence. They're saying 30 seconds left on the play. So Victoria wanting to shut out South Australia here. South Australia will be looking for the last shot.
25 seconds left in the clock.
Yeah, it's great. We've got a big, giant digital screen behind the goals, which helps. It's so handy for the players, especially if you're down this end of the field. PJ Ipe looking to drive. There's a...
Oh, Parker, good cut.
Parker, I thought she was going to drop a Twizzler there, but there's some strong defence from Victoria. And Soja sending it long to Mollison. Addie Cunningham come out of the goals.
Cunningham just mops that one up like a piece of bread on the gravy on a Sunday roast.
Yeah, that was a smart move by Cunningham, but also risky business. If he's setting that ball to Mollison, she can shoot, and she can shoot from anywhere. So, yeah, good job there by South Australia to shut that last piece of play down. And it's a 6-all ball game as we go into the fourth.
And 6-all, 1 quarter to go. Oh, I'm feeling it, Shendell. I really am. It's in my bones.
I know. You know what? We're due a golden goal too,
It's
Tone.
Saturday, and I've had a lot of people sort of walking past and talking this week, and it's great to have a chat to all of our fans here on the Australian Lacrosse Network.
Yeah, we love when people pop past and say hello or send us a text or give us some feedback on the Facebook page. We are trying to also get some interviews with some players and coaches throughout the week. I was lucky enough yesterday to speak to Katrina Dowd, the new Olympic Australian coach.
Yes, and then we had a gentleman come up and was
Yes.
from Kuwait, and he goes, "Oh, you're the voices." He
Yeah.
goes, and we had a good chat with him. He's over. He's escaping the 45-degree heat in Kuwait at the moment. But he always says he watches the Australian Lacrosse Network from
Yeah.
Kuwait. So, far-reaching the Australian Lacrosse
Yeah,
Network.
that was such an awesome moment last night to have him come over and shake hands and just watch you normally from Kuwait, and we're what?
Yeah.
You know, and we just feel like we're having impact. But actually, we love doing this. And if you do love what we do, there is a QR code on the screen right now. We do run on the smell of an oily rag, and if you would like to make a donation, whether it's $2 or $10 or whatever you'd like to give, we always appreciate any support which helps us bring these games to you live and free. We're not asking you to give us 10 grand, but yeah, like I said.
Although, you know what? If you've got 10 grand spare, the Australian Lacrosse Network could do a lot with it.
Yeah, but also on that, we've got broadcast sponsor, the Susafanis Foundation. If you too would like to be a partner and advertise your business with the Australian Lacrosse Network, we're always open to having conversations with, because so many opportunities and platforms here to advertise with us, whether it be game day commentary, whether it be an interview, whether it be sponsoring content. Please reach out to us. We're happy to chat. My job is sponsorship full-time outside of this commentary role. So we are back to the fourth quarter. Tony.
There we go. We've got Hunter here up against Parker. And we've got 1 quarter left here in this Victoria SA game to see who will finish top of the table. 6-all game.
Tony's on his feet.
Parker, Hunter. Oh, I'm starting to get excited.
I know. When
Shandell.
Tony stands up, we know that we've got a game on our hands.
Although, if you have seen me, I do look like I'm sitting down when I'm standing up. But the ball is up, and there's an illegal there. So South Australia get the rub of the green, and this has been the scoring end as Parker takes off towards the left of the screen, finds Ash May, who kicks the ball over there to PJ Ipe, back to May, back to Parker. So just working the top of the fan here. Dinny opens up. Dinny looks to take on Smith. Fires the ball down the back to Mangan. Mangan, a couple of third quarter goals for Mangan, and lines up on Esther Lavelle and tries to get past her. Mangan looks to get inside. Nice little tuck of the stick there from Mangan.
Yeah, Mangan's a big game player too. When time needs shots, when the team needs shots, Mangan finds the back of the net.
Oh, Parker, that's up. He needs to win the ball here. And PJ Ipe picks the ball up, just settles it down, passes it forward and finds Dinny. So no damage done there. Parker just lost her feet as she took that ball and tried to flick it back out, just a little high. But PJ Ipe good enough to retrieve it. And ball comes down the back here through Asha May. Over to Parker. Parker against Smith. Oh, great cut through the middle there from Silvestri. Parker, left, right, left, looks inside. Mangan just fires that one past the keeper.
That's what I said. In big moments, Taylor Mangan steps up. And also, I just want to recognise how good Sarah Smith's body position and low defence she was in on Liv Parker. We had a really great angle on that, and I'm sure you would too at home, but that was awesome defence from Sarah Smith.
So Taylor Mangan just becoming a bit of a difference here at the moment, as Esther Lavelle has picked her up quite tightly now.
And can you hear Hunter? She's going, my ball, mine, 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 mine. And the ball swings.
So ball here to Parker, just runs into 2 players. And Bonnie Yu just says, oh, I saw that differently. But anyway, thank you, Tammy. I will go and just stand out here. Parker, 11 metres now. We've seen it before. She steps up. She normally takes a little shuffle and rips these top corner.
And you can see
Parker,
what she wants
tink, tink off the bar. It's come out to the halfway line. And Mim Suarez-Jury does the work. Ipe up against Suarez-Jury. Looks inside Cunningham. Good save. Ball coming back the other way. Finds Dinny. Dinny can't quite get it. Comes off the heel of Mollison. And ball goes out of bounds. So big passage of play there.
Yep.
Just take a little bit of a breath here.
What a game we've got. Suarez-Jury just lost her angle. If she didn't fade out just that little bit, she would have had it. But yeah, this is getting really exciting now, Tone. For those here, it's electric in the air.
It is Kelly to Mollison. And Mollison just passes that one over there, finds Norman. Norman up to Suarez-Jury. PJ Ipe looking to work against. Pick comes in from you. Down the bottom corner to Kelly, isolated.
Yeah, Kelly had a lot of
Liv
space.
Parker, she's lost her player here. And ball recovers. Ball here to you. You fires. And that one's gone high and wide, or low and wide, I should say. And two Victorian attackers. And the change made there from Dinny to Silvestri.
Sending Silvestri back into defence to play Nellie Mollison.
And Kelly with the ball on the bottom corner. Up against Borovnik. Borovnik, she's already on a yellow card. She's got to be careful.
It was a nice passage of play there, just that piece of defence. She definitely, I would say that was a professional foul. She did want to slow down that drive from Kelly, which now allows Kelly to set up. Probably not, oh, she's a lefty. I was going to say not on this angle, but a lefty is a good shot.
Perfect for Kelly. So Kelly with Cunningham in front of her. Cunningham normally steps out, but good save there from Cunningham. That one's come off the left arm there. So good save from Addie Cunningham. She's just telling her, so there's an out of bounds play here. They've tried to isolate Mims. Suarez cuts through the middle, and you.
Nellie Mollison also trying to cut from X there just to present, wasn't on.
So ball back up the top here with Smith. Smith over to Suarez Jury. Ipe, she's got the job on Suarez Jury. Fires, good save there from Cunningham. Ball to be picked up, ball to be won. Cunningham comes out. And that has been extracted there. PJ Ipe doing a great job on the ground balls today.
Yeah, she's been everywhere today.
And gets one across the goggles and just says, is anyone watching that? Ball down on the outer side here. Laura Evans up against Ebony Norman. Evans turns around. She's got Borovnik with her. She can use Borovnik if she wants. Ball comes off. And a push had there from Ebony Norman.
Ebony Norman did a really good job to guide Laura Evans towards the boundary here, and she's now going to chase her down. She's definitely not given up.
And that's offside there, and she finds her way back and over. And in the women's game, there is no penalty for offside.
Well, yeah, not if you go like that, because she's come straight back on and play. It hasn't disrupted the play.
So ball down the back here with Silvestri. Sarah Smith. Lucinda Silvestri. Good inside look there to Parker, just on the opposite side. Ball to be won. Ball flicks up.
Soja engaging as well there, trying to defend Parker on and grabs that ground ball.
Tell you what, Taylor Mangan came through there and nearly picked that off and walked into an open goal. Loz Hunter. She has Parker on this outer side. The ball taxi. That is Loz. And Hunter gets past Parker and Mangan. And another 70 metres gain there for Lauren Hunter from defence into offence. Gives the ball up and says, how about I just come back and play my role in the defensive end.
Releases Carmetto into the offence for Victoria.
So 6-all still here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, Kelly trying to set something up here. She's calling some directions.
A couple of big saves from Paddy Cunningham. And ball getting inside. That one isn't saved, and Ebony Norman just drops the hands around the body, around the offside hip there of Cunningham, and a 7-6 game, Shendell.
Yeah, that was a lovely goal there from Ebony Norman. So looking at that replay, yeah, just sends it wide, bit of a side pass, sidearm pass, and gets it to the non-stick side hip height there of Addie Cunningham. Really nice goal, really smart move. So you could see that, like I said, Steph Kelly was trying to direct some traffic down there, and obviously the move was to isolate Ebony Norman for that drive from the 45, and did a really great job executing. So well done to the Victorian offence.
So that is the first goal of the fourth term. Ebony Norman getting that one, and the ball will come back into the centre. So 7-6 here.
We promised big games today with this big matchup. Then we've got the Queensland New South Wales women, and then we've got the WA South Australian men game this afternoon. So really big day of lacrosse. I can't get my words out. I'm that excited, Tone.
As you should be on the Australian Lacrosse Network. The ball goes up, and Dawson wins that one. She's got Smith ahead of her, but she decides to use her legs for that one. Good interception there, nearly from Araviakis. Stick in the lane as she tried to pass that to Sarah Smith. And the ball now passed over to Sophie Unsworth. Unsworth looks to run the top of the arc. Now to Mollison, over to Kelly. And I tell you what, the weather has just realises its position in this game as well as the sun streams down. Ball to be won. No, hit the leg there of Smith. Ball turns over and picked up there from Lawson. And Lawson, oh no, just a push on the play there. So Lawson will now take the ball out. She's got Evans to her left. Lawson up against Norman.
The chase down from Smith, though.
She can rotate that ball over here. They can keep kicking the ball and probably walk this one over almost. And looks to do that, but goes deeper down to Araviakis. Ball down on the bottom corner.
Hunter just waiting for Araviakis to drive. Araviakis decides to step out and sends the ball to Ash May.
So Ash May gives the ball up to Parker, over to Leah Kaysler. Ball up to Holly Dinny. Dinny up against Meacham, looks to get inside, not there, and gets a push, so she'll take a shot on her left-hand arc side. So she'll be in perfect position for her shot here. But on the bottom corner, Lauren Hunter is looking to shut that down.
She's also got Araviakis on this side, and she's got Mangan in the middle, top centre. So she
Kaysler.
Sorry, Kaysler.
And she shoots it herself, and a good save there from Soja. Just ball on the ground, though. Hunter to win the ball. Ball kicks out. Ball picked up there. A great one-handed pick up there from Jackson.
Not allowed.
Called for a ward.
I thought that was just some specky. That looked almost Lyle Thompson-like.
Well,
from
she
Jackson.
had a one-arm pick up there and got called for the ward.
Yeah. So Lauren Hunter's just going to do her thing.
So Hunter getting more metres gained, but runs into Anastasia Araviakis, kicks to Sophie Unsworth. Unsworth tries to run through. Ash May just gives her one across the left-hand hip.
You'd love to put a tracker on Lauren Hunter to see how many steps she's doing. I'd also like to mic her up. But Hussey with the ball now.
So we know that Sammy Goz is miking up some players, so maybe Hunter might be one that, might get some talk on. Ball on the outer side with fly. Eddie Cunningham comes out. Did not see. And we're going to have a card here too on Ebony Norman, as she's got straight across the head of the keeper. And great work there from Cunningham to come out the cage.
Yeah, she read that like a book, didn't she? She just saw, here's an opportunity for me to get a knockdown and play some defence myself.
Read that like the cheap 50-cent book at the op shop, that one. That's I Am Sam I Am. That's my kind of book.
She's got options. She's got 3 options here. They can swing the ball to the far side. They've also got Mangan coming on.
One across the head, and we're going to have another card here. So Mollison just getting Evans across the nose there. Just making sure that not, so they're 2 players down.
Oh, that's a 4-on-6
4-on-6
defense.
offense.
Yeah, so 6 attackers for South Australia on 4 defenders when they get it. They transition the ball into their offense. That's a hard zone for those Victorian defenders to play.
So opportunity here as Floyd pushes up. Now she's going to have to get in, Floyd, because 4 on 4, they're going to have to push back.
And they're offside as well. Victoria offside here.
Victoria offside, and that's why, yeah, that penalty for an offside. Oh, Parker steps up and gets free space. So now Olivia Parker has an opportunity to tie this one up. Currently 7-6 down. Trinity Meacham just heading to the bench and brings Suarez Jury on. Parker looks up, fires high, just slipped on that. Now they're going to have to play 4-on-6 in their offense as push comes on there from Lucinda Silvestri. And Sarah Smith says, please, Tammy, can I just go early?
But no, but that also slows the play down. That takes time out of their penalty if she comes back and resets. So you kind of try and work the clock a little bit there.
So they have 6-on-4 down here. They can send 3 to the ball. Bonnie Yu, she presents for it. There's 50 seconds I'm hearing left on that first penalty.
Yeah, and if I...
3 minutes 22 in the game.
I would say that they just want Mim to just run circles with the ball and use her speed in this 4-on-6.
Well, they can send 3 players to the ball here, South Australia.
They can.
To try and take it off Mim Suarez. Ball comes up over the, and then just able to tiptoe there. Lauren Hunter just trying to get another forward entry. And
Bonnie Yu's been released.
Is a push there.
So Lauren Hunter went over the line into the offense and then came back and has released Bonnie Yu into the offense now for Victoria.
So, and the penalties, one of those penalties has been released, so 6-on-5 now.
Yeah, Ebony Norman back on the field.
So 3 minutes to go in this contest. Victoria leading by 1 goal.
I reckon Mim's going to go.
Suarez looks up and over and fires high as she was falling, and ball goes out of bounds. Picked up there from Georgia Floyd.
Yeah, Victoria with the backup as well. So keeping possession on this 5-on-6 matchup.
Taylor Mangan, just then as the ball turned ahead, she just headed off, and Lauren Hunter heard the footsteps and said, "Oh, I better go with you."
Smart move. You've got to be watching Mangan at this point of the game.
So ball with Kelly. They're just going to try and take some time out of the clock here.
Ash May
as this,
making a sub.
2 minutes on the play. So clock at 2 minutes. So South Australia down by 1 at the moment. Mim Suarez Jury. Picked up by PJ Epa. Oh, nearly a pick off there from Parker. Bonnie Yu steps in and gets knocked over, and Parker hits the deck as well.
Their bodies are flying, so
And,
Parker's down and they've held play.
And Parker maybe just fell on her stick there, or she fallen backwards and just knocked the head, and she gets up, and Parker brushes herself off. One arm, one eye. Yep, I'm all good. But what that does is release Bonnie Yu at the 11 metres, and Bonnie Yu, she doesn't mind a goal or two.
Yeah, and I'm just looking at what's happening at South Australia's offensive end of the field to see if they're getting ready for setting something up. But I reckon now Vics are just trying to take time out of the clock and hold this possession for the last 2 minutes.
So South Australia, really, they need to put pressure on this Victorian offence if they're going to take the ball off. Looks up, well, that's Lauren Hunter just says, "Another forward entry for me, thank you." Put that one on the stat sheet. And Hunter stays down in the offensive end. Looking for a bit of speed down there, I think, by putting Lauren Hunter there. They're just going to try and carry the ball. South Australia really need to try and dispossess this ball, otherwise they're going to run it out. So they need to lock off the adjacents. Ball comes down the back. 6-on-6 down there at the moment. Kelly up against Evans, looking for an outlet. And they are just looking to hold the ball. Really need to try and dispossess here, South Australia.
Yeah, they've got to send a double.
And double comes now. PJ Ipe released. So there's a free player on the back side here. Georgia Floyd looks inside.
Good cover by
no,
Cunningham.
Cunningham. But we've now got Mim Suarez Jury up the top by herself. Sarah Smith says, I'm going to run this one down as the clock is running down also. 1 minute 42 in the contest. Oh, so less than that. As the 26 seconds I'm seeing on our clock. So under half a minute, South Australia need to dispossess. That could have been an option. Oh, Cunningham, as she got the knockdown there, has picked up here. So last opportunity for South Australia. They go long. Araviakis gets one from behind. No call there on Hunter. That's offside.
And that is
time. So Victoria run out winners 7-6 here in what is going to be an prelude to tomorrow's final. And if that is anything to go by, we have got an outstanding game ahead of us here for the final between SA and Victoria tomorrow. 7-6 ending up the scoreline. Shandell, what a game.
Oh, that was spectacular lacrosse. I think I'm not as emotionally invested as you, Tone, so I can just really enjoy being in the moment where I know you're just obviously edging for that South Australian win. But I think
I'm actually edging for the golden goal. That's all I want.
I think this really sets us up for a great game tomorrow. MVPs, it's a hard pick today. I think, I don't know. I feel like a defender for South Australia. I actually think PJ Ipe had a really great game for South Australia.
I'm going Addie Cunningham.
Okay, she was my other option. Yep. I think she came out of goals at half time. Geordie went in. Obviously, there was an issue with her stick, and they put Addie back in a little bit cold, but there was no challenge for her to go back in. But I think PJ Ipe really owned the midfield today and worked hard on those ground balls. For Victoria, I think the ball taxi, Lauren Hunter, had a really fantastic game. I also think Marley Dawson did well in the centre there. Steph Kelly also quite reliable. So I can't pick one, but if I had to, I don't know. What are your thoughts first?
Look, I'm going way out of centre here.
Okay.
Okay, and in the defensive end, and they don't get much recognition.
Yes.
Right, young Trinity Meacham.
She was good.
did not get scored on today.
Yep.
And she was stopping everything that came her way. So I'm going to, I know it's a Hail Mary, to be honest, because defenders don't normally get looked at. It's always midfielders.
Yeah.
Sarah Smith for me.
Oh, I was going to say otherwise Sarah Smith.
Yeah, I'm going Trinity Meacham, though. You can have Sarah.
Okay,
if you
I'll
like.
take Smithy.
Yeah.
For me, I think we don't know what tasks the coaches or roles that the players have been given. So either one of them might have been told to mark out someone, one of them might have been told, like Lauren might have been told, you are a ball taxi today. Or maybe not those words. But I think, yeah, we don't know. Anyway, let's cross over.
And we're just about to hear the coaches, Steve Bowen and Trish Adams. They're just looking to work through the MVPs at the moment, and then they will have the microphones to announce them. But stay tuned because we've got the East Coast Cup coming up. Queensland versus New South Wales as the coaches are about to speak. And let's join in and listen to them now.
Hey, another great game, girls. It's amazing coming and watching this sort of lacrosse. I enjoy coaching it and being part of it, and it's obviously tense and it's tight, and we look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow again. But today your MVP is Addie.
Addie Cunningham. Feeling good about myself already, Shendell.
Yeah, it's a good start, Tone. And what an absolute belter of a game she had.
Apparently I have to use this microphone that sounds like I'm just talking into nothing. Thanks so much, Victoria. It is our absolute pleasure every Nationals to play you, and we always know it's going to be a great contest, always great fun. And it's super weird playing you today and then again tomorrow, but it's exciting because we look forward to these games the absolute most, and so we're excited for tomorrow. Your MVP today, number 1, Lauren Hunter.
Oh, the Loza! One of our favourites here on the Australian Lacrosse Network.
And like I said, great to see a defender getting some recognition.
Yeah, well, you mentioned her at the top of your MVPs.
Yep.
And you've always got to go with your first thoughts, Shendell, and I think Lauren Hunter was your first thought.
Trust your instincts. Yeah, I thought it was going to be a defender from Victoria. I thought Sarah Smith and Lauren Hunter were very strong in the defence today. And look, really great recognition for Lauren. So, yeah, congratulations to both players. Good to see the defensive end. Like, quite often, I was even saying about the Tara Warrington, it's quite an attacker's award these days. It's often going to someone in tackle midfield. You never see a defender get those accolades. So, yeah, good to see some recognition in the defensive end of the field here.
That it is. And interesting for me, there was a couple of people rested.
Yes.
So you saw Leah Kaesler for South Australia and Taylor Voisey both get not much game time in the second half.
Yeah.
They played a lot and they found their roles early.
Yes.
There's a little bit of something going on, and I'll tell you what it does do is really push tomorrow's game into another stratosphere, because it's going to be South Australia, Victoria again in this 2025 Lacrosse Australia Women's National Final.
Yeah, and if that's the prequel, we're up for a big day tomorrow.
I'll tell you what, maybe we'll have a 7-game series, and at some point it'll be fantastic, and we can live stream it all.
We'll become the NBL.
Oh, let's hope not, because this is unique.
We're going to have no voices,
No
Tone.
voices, anyway.
Speaking of voices.
Speaking of voices.
We should probably wrap that up now and save it for the rest of the day, because we've got 2 big clashes, as Tony mentioned. Next up, we have Queensland versus New South Wales, which is the East Coast Cup, and great to see these teams here at Footscray, and we can't wait to watch them play. And then following that is that big men's battle for the championship game, so South Australia versus Western Australia. So we'll sign off now. I'm not going to use Tony's line, but I'm going to say all across Australia and the world. My name is Shendell Oliver. It's been my pleasure to host you today, along with Tony Watson, our production team at the Australian Lacrosse Network, and we'll see you very soon.